In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can look up diagnostic imaging orders, including how to place them as orders for today, orders for tomorrow, and change all the details. So the first thing we're going to do is go into orders. Remember, when you open Palm, it defaults into sets and category, and you want to get out of the screen, you want to get into orders. And then you use the type ahead lookup bar to search the imaging procedure you want. In this hospital, for x-rays, we use the abbreviation DXR. DXR. And when I type that in, everything with the DXR heading is going to show up. So we have the DXR of chest, abdomen, complete, everything with the DXR heading. If I want to get a little more specific and avoid having to scroll through everything with the DXR, one thing that might be helpful to do is start typing the specific region of the body that we want to image. So something like left foot. DXR of left foot complete floats to the top. It's easy to find. The same thing goes for things like CT or MRI. If you start typing CT, you're going to get everything we offer in the hospital, starting with CT. Now, some of the most common CT orders have a little star in the order, and they'll come up to the top. But if you want something a little more obscure, like CT pyelogram, it's going to be all the way at the bottom. So if you know exactly what you want, or the region that you want to have examined, you can start typing it in. CT pyelogram. Same thing goes for ultrasound or MRI. MRI, everything with MRI. Ultrasound, we abbreviate it US, everything with US. Now I'm going to show you an example on how to place a diagnostic x-ray order for today. So, for example, we want to get a diagnostic x-ray today of the patient's left foot. So we open up Palm, and it defaults into sets and category, and recall that you need to go over to orders and use the type ahead search box to look up what you want. Remember that if you type DXR, you're going to get everything that starts with a DXR. So I want to search for the left foot specifically. And it shows me all the imaging I can get of the left foot. So I'm going to select the DXR of the left foot. I'm going to click View and hit Edit. This allows me to change the details of the order. The first thing we have to change is the priority. The priority defaults to R for routine, but we can use this drop-down menu over here to change the priority to S for stat or U for urgent. I'm going to change this to an urgent x-ray. Quantity, we don't need to worry about that right now. Date defaults to today. Time, type an N for now. Series defaults to N. I'm going to show you more about this later. Don't worry about these fields or these fields at all right now. The last thing we have to put in for a today x-ray order is a reason for the exam. Everything that's required is marked with a little asterisk, as you see here. So this field, reason for exam, it's a free text field. We can type anything we want. Patient has nail in foot. That'd be a good reason for an x-ray. So hit OK to save your changes. And once you've done that, your x-ray comes up to the top of your current orders under a new orders heading, priority urgent, today, now, status of new, which means we have to save by entering a PIN. And then we have our radiology order, diagnostic x-ray, the left foot complete, priority urgent, today, now, active, placed by me. Now I'm going to show you how you can place an order for diagnostic imaging to be done sometime in the future. For example, we want to get a CT of the patient's head tomorrow morning. So the first thing I would do is go over to the search box and start typing what I want to have placed on the patient. Now recall that if I type CT, I'm going to get all the different CTs we can order for the patient. So instead I'm going to type head, and we get the CT of the head without contrast. I'm going to go to Edit, and now I can start changing the details. I'm going to leave this as a routine priority, but do remember that we can change this to stat or urgent. Date is the next field we want to change. We can change this one of two ways. The first way is just start typing the date we want right here. So if I want tomorrow, the 4th, I'm going to type 12/4/13. Great. What time? Enter the time I want. Let's do 9 in the morning. I can also change this by opening up this drop-down menu, selecting tomorrow from this calendar, the hours, 900, or I can type them in this field here. I can also select this button tomorrow AM, which defaults to the next day and at 6 AM. And again, I can change that back to 9 AM if I want. Reason for exam is the next field we have to edit. Don't worry about any of these right now. Reason for exam, headache. Click OK to save my changes. And under new orders, we have the CT of the head without contrast with a routine priority to be done tomorrow morning at 9. With the status of new, meaning we have to go over here to save, enter the PIN, and you have an active order for tomorrow morning CT of the head, routine priority, active, placed by me. Now I'm going to show you how you can order a series of diagnostic images being done on the patient with just one order, instead of going and ordering 3 separate chest x-rays, for example, to be done, say, 8 hours apart. We can go into orders and start typing. CXR is kind of special. We can type CXR, and we can just get the diagnostic chest x-ray instead of going through DXR and getting all of those different diagnostic x-rays. So check mark to select. Edit to change the details. Priority, we're going to leave it as routine. Date, this is going to be the date we start our series, so it defaults to today. Type N for now. Series, it defaults to N, but we want to change it to Y for yes, so type Y. Directions, how often do we want to do it? We want to do it every 8 hours, so we can select from these different time directions, such as today, now, every 4 hours while awake, whatnot. You can also type in standard directions, which is what we want to do. So I'm going to type Q8H. It doesn't appear in here, but don't worry about it. Meditech will still select this. So select OK to save the changes. Directions every 8 hours. Ignore these 2 fields for now. We're just going to go to count. And we want 3 of them. 3. Hit Tab. And the stop date and stop time go in automatically based on when we want this to start, how far apart we want the x-rays, and how many we want. Don't worry about these fields for now. Reason for exam, we still have to enter something. Shortness of breath. Hit OK to save my changes. New orders, chest x-ray, routine priority, starting today and now. New order, so we have to hit save. File and refresh. And when we save this, it explodes into 3 separate orders. So we have one order for a chest x-ray today and now, then another one 8 hours later, and another one 8 hours after that. They're all active, all placed by me.